I want to talk about healthy living today. Not here to talk about your six-pack abs. Not here to talk about your 24-inch waist. Want to talk about what's going on inside. Your triglycerides, your blood glucose, your blood pressure, and how do they affect you. And so that's what I want to talk about today. We all want to look great in a bathing suit. We all want to look a certain way. But that's a very personal thing, because so much of their workouts are attached to weight that when they look on the scale and it doesn't move, they want to take a gun and shoot it, and they want to stop working out because it's all based on their weight and how they look. Life gets so hectic that we just don't want to deal with it. I don't have time to make myself a salad at home. I don't have time to cook. I don't have time for all these things. So metabolic syndrome is based on 5 factors for men and women that if you have 3 or more of these, you have what's called metabolic syndrome. For men, it's an HDL cholesterol of less than 40. Women, it's 50. Triglycerides are the same for men and women, greater than or equal to 150. Waist circumference, and this is not at the belt. This is right at the navel, at the belly button. You measure it all the way around. It's called visceral fat. And the reason why that's in there is because all the fat that accumulates on your waistline is really close to your organs. And so they add more pressure to your organs, and you get more fat around your organs, your liver and your kidneys and all that. So that's why for men over 40 and women over 35, blood pressure is 130 over 85 for both, and fasting glucose is greater than 100. And so 3 or more of these, then you have what's called metabolic syndrome. And so what is a real culprit then when we're talking about metabolic syndrome and exercise and eating? And, in and of itself, there's no such thing, in my opinion, as a bad food. It's all about how much you have of it. Chocolate's not bad for you. Fatty foods are not bad for you. But if you have too many of them, they will be bad. And so when it comes to metabolic syndrome, if you combine the metabolic syndrome, if you have it, you're at 725% greater risk of developing type 2 diabetes and 276% greater risk of developing cardiovascular disease. And what I've learned over those years is how much their quality of life suffers. It's not so much about their weight. I really want to shift our minds towards this quality of life mentality, not so aesthetic as far as losing weight for exercise. And so even if you exercise now, they're saying, but if you sit all day and don't move, you're still susceptible to the dangers. And how sitting all day is really one of the culprits that's increasing metabolic syndrome, because you can work out, go to the gym, but then go back to work and you sit for the rest of the day. That's still going to be a detriment to your health. But the studies show that if you stay sitting for long periods of time, your body begins to shut down. And that's a message is not so much, I want to run a 10K, I want to get in shape, but I want to think about the future and how this is going to affect my body as I'm older, as I'm aging. That metabolic syndrome is serious. And so other than that, if anybody has any questions? All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.